Welcome to the Jolley Marriage Show. I am Dr. Willie Jolley, and this is my beautiful bride. Do you know who you are?
Dee.
This is Dee. So welcome. We are grateful for each and every one of you. Now let's get our announcements out and on.
Our goaling webinar is Wednesday.
Goaling webinar this Wednesday, helping you set
7:30
goals for the new year.
Finish the year strong.
Finish the year strong.
As well as preparing for 2023, which is the year of the pivot.
Okay. All right. I like that. Yes. You're so sweet and so cute.
Thank you, sir.
This is our book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, 10 Secrets to Shape a Great Marriage. And we want to encourage people to go to Jolley Marriage, get 2 copies, one for you and one for your significant other, your spouse, your partner, your prospective partner or spouse, and y'all read it together. Not one read it, then the other. We recommend you read it together. At the end of each chapter, discuss what you learned about marriage, about relationships, and about each other in this process. I got the nicest note today. Did you see the note today from a gentleman who I met at the NABOB conference, National Association of Black-Owned Broadcasters? And he said, I bought the book and the audio book. He is a marriage counselor.
Oh.
And he said, this is an incredible book. And he went chapter by chapter telling about.
Well, did the email come to info?
It came to me. It might have come to info, but I sent it to you and Cheryl as well. I said, this is a really nice note that y'all should see. So people
That's
are getting.
That's a great testimonial.
Oh,
we should see it. We should put it up on the.
Yeah, and some have asked about the TED Talk. We're still waiting. It's still being edited. So, and
it's not just ours. There are 12 of them.
Ours is the one that we're waiting on. Everybody else got theirs out. Ours is a little more complicated.
See, I didn't know that. So everybody else got theirs but us?
And Terrence said, just get the book, y'all. Good Christmas gifts. And he said, I told you that book was outstanding. That's what he said. Terrence has been telling everybody about this book, and we're very grateful. Thank you, Terrence. Well, let's see. We are moving forward. We got an interesting topic area this evening, and want to make sure we get it to everybody so that they can get going and growing. Goaling, 7:30, and then our speaker symposium, which used to be called a boot camp.
The Wednesday webinar, which is coming up on the 9th, is about setting goals. And we made the word goaling to make it action. In order to achieve whatever you plan on doing, you have to have a plan and you have to know your why, because your why will drive you.
Okay, great.
So that's what we're talking about in terms of that.
So that's one on the Wednesday webinar. Then on the 18th and 19th of November, we are finally going to do it after a 2-year delay, or almost 3 years delay.
All right, so what's the symposium?
Our speaker, Rich Speaking Symposium, used to be called Boot Camp, 2 days with me. If you're interested in speaking, you're interested in publishing, learning how to publish books and get them to be bestsellers, as well as are you interested in media? I'm on SiriusXM.
Can I interrupt and say, does it really matter if you're a bestseller? You make money with the books.
Yeah, but bestsellers make more money. All right? So that's the goal.
I remember when you started, you made money because you sold the book out the back of your car. It wasn't a bestseller.
It wasn't.
You made it a bestseller because you sold out the back of your car to any and everybody that you saw on the street.
That's right, but we made a lot more money when it became a bestseller, and I want to teach them how to do that. Terrence says the book should be in all libraries all around the world. Thank you, Terrence, for saying that. I'll make sure this thing didn't break. You go ahead and talk. Oh, good. It did not break.
Yes, dear.
All right. I don't even know what it is.
It's the water spray bottle, honey. Spray my plants.
You booby trap everything. You booby trap everything.
You just have to be careful.
You put it in the book.
I'm so sorry.
You put it around the book.
I'm so sorry, sweetheart.
My mama.
Okay. It didn't break.
No, it didn't. See, we didn't argue. I didn't argue. She didn't argue. We don't argue. We just talk about it.
Okay.
Love the argument. Love the argument out of your partner or hand them a mask. All right, Terrence, you are amazing. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about this topic area tonight, which is career jealousy or spouse doesn't support your career. What do you do then? What happens when your spouse makes more money than you do?
Okay, here's a specific situation.
All right.
And I'm involved in different groups. And this particular person who asked this question of us brought it to the group and was quite honest. What happened?
Go ahead. Keep talking. Just keep going.
Okay. And so her question was, and she used her real name, of course, we won't do it here. But she said, I contribute about 70% of the household income, plus about 90% of our kids' care, which includes school prep, homework, shopping, errands, etc.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. My husband of 20 years feels that my work, and I'm a small business coach, and the group is consultants, coaches, and the like. To do the job anyway. That doesn't make sense. Okay. He will not help me with my business or with the household chores. How do I convince him otherwise?
Wow. But there's a lot there.
Okay, let me do it again. You paying attention?
Terrence said, I'm looking for a woman that can make more money than me any day. That's what I'm with, Terrence.
That's a sense of security.
That's right. Okay, that's a secure man.
So she said, I contribute about 70% of the household income, plus about 90% of our kids' care. The school prep, homework, shopping, errands, etc. My husband of 20 years feels that my work, I'm a small business coach, is unimportant.
Oh, my husband of 20 years.
Of 20 years.
Sound like you said he was an attorney. My
No,
husband of 20 years.
Feels that my work is unimportant and that I'm not qualified for it in any case. He would not help me with my business or with household chores. How do I convince him otherwise? And see who that's actually from.
Yeah. Wow.
And that was my first thought was wow. So my take on it was very different than several of the other people. And my first thought was that I would say that's the wrong question. How do I convince him otherwise?
Yeah. That might be a roundabout question. Let's look at that.
I don't think that.
Let's go back. Unpack it. Okay, unpack it. So first of all,
Terrence is funny. I bring her lunch each day.
Claire Terrence, you're hilarious. He said, I will bring her lunch every day. I will do her nails. I'll clean her car. If she keep me,
you feel secure.
That's a secure man. Now let me tell you, here's the problem.
So unpack.
One, she contributes 70% of the household income, and she does 90% of the kids' care, school prep and homework, shopping, errands, and let's start with that. She's bringing in the majority of the income to the household, and she's doing the majority of the work. And he's jealous of that. Well, okay, we know that statistics show that people have insecurities, sometimes male, sometimes female. It can be both ways. You can have drama queens and drama kings. There's not one or the other, it's both. And you see it often where one person makes more money than the other, and that other person is jealous. Now, that's one thing. But the second part is the division of labor in the household. If she's doing 90% of the work, okay, that's a whole separate item. Other than the money, it's a separate item that is problematic. Because if we talk about in the book how it takes teamwork to make the dream work, and that you share the power. We got this one part in the book where we interviewed one of the biggest divorce lawyers in America, who happens to live in Maryland, drives his Bentley to the gym. We go to the same gym. And we went out to dinner one night with him and his wife. They've been married for 50 years. And he said, you know, if people would do what Linda and I have done, they wouldn't get divorced. We share the power. We learn to share the power. He said, it doesn't make a difference who makes more money. We are in it together.
Okay.
And I think that's what you want to talk about. Go ahead. So we talk about that in the book, by the way. So if you got this issue, you want to get 2 copies of the book. Hey, Sherry Elliott, good to have you. Go ahead, Dee.
The underlying issue is that he is jealous of his wife because he feels insecure. I shouldn't say because he's insecure. His male, the ego is involved. And of course, I've done some background research on it.
Of course you have.
So, a study from researchers at the University of Florida and the University of Virginia found that a man's self-esteem suffers when his female partner succeeds or makes more money. And the more money that she makes, the less involved the husband is in the household. Now, I came to the conclusion it's because he's insecure, because of what the friend who wrote in said. He's saying that my job is not important and that I'm not good at it, even though I'm bringing in the lion's share of the money. That has to deal with he's expressing that he's annoyed because she brings in more money, right?
Right.
And the traditional role of the male as the head of the household is that the male brings in the lion's share.
But when he doesn't, and she does, then he finds things to be critical of.
Right, to belittle her.
All right, let me tell you what.
So wait,
okay.
So the issue, she raised the question, how do I convince him otherwise? I'm like, that isn't even the question on the table.
No.
The underlying issue or the foundational issue is that there's inequality and the superiority he feels of her is because she makes more money.
No, I disagree. You know, Sharon Fanto just brought up something, and I'm going to disagree with you, and I agree with Sharon. The challenge here is that it is not new. This has been her way for 20 years, and it's probably been this way for a while, and it's hard to untrain that. You almost need to leave, and then he might get religion. But I would agree with that, Sharon, that it's not new, and it's more than just the money. When he is annoyed, she said it's jealousy versus annoyance. But here's what
it is his manhood. I think his manhood is affected by it, and we have not had. My mother's generation did not. She was an entrepreneur. Maybe I shouldn't use my mother, but
you shouldn't. Your mother was such a unique person.
But this is really the first full generation where you have. Where does the research say that 1/3 of women today make as much or more money than their mates? This is the first time that has really happened in our culture.
And history.
So we don't really have enough research. They're in the process of researching it.
Let's get to the core issues, though. I'm kind of go
as to why
we're making the assumption. Now you're making
I said I made the assumption
that
based upon what she
but how
said.
do we fix it?
Saying.
Okay, let's fix it. Here's the fixing. I want to get to the fixing. Now we know he has this issue with being hateful to his wife because she makes more money. Okay, well, he's hateful to his wife. Let's go through these. She makes more money. That might be the issue. He doesn't do the chores. She does the work. That might be a division of labor issue. But what we do know is there's a respect issue here.
And we're only hearing her side of the story.
That's right. There's a respect issue here. Now, you're right. We've only heard her side of the story. So one part of the story might be sometimes it has been known that the person who creates the greatest amount of income goes with the theory that
everybody else does everything else without bringing the lion's share of the money.
He who makes the golden rule. who brings the gold makes the rules.
Mhm.
So they might laud it. They might be a little bit
You're
arrogant.
saying that she might laud the fact that she is the primary breadwinner?
Maybe. I mean,
It has to work.
well, this is her side of the story, but I'm gonna go with her side of the story as the valid. Okay, with just point blank. Is I have to go back to Sharon's point that this really is something that has been going on for years,
20
and that
years
she
of
has
marriage.
not been the head money winner all these years. But from what we know from the letter, and from what you know, is that she is in a new position as a consultant. She hadn't been doing it for 20 years, and now she's successful. Now she might have ramped up her business.
Well, I mean, she's had children.
Yeah, so
She's
she
had
had
the children.
right?
Mhm.
So she might have ramped up her business, but now she's doing good. And he is hateful. Now, is he hateful because of the money? Is he hateful because she's lauding? I don't know, but here's what I do know: that she took the time to write this letter. What we would say to anybody is what we found when we have conflicts: that one, don't attack each other, attack the problem.
And what's the problem?
Now, what's the problem? Now, they're making money. They got money, but there's a.
So we have to figure out what the real problem is.
Right. What's the problem? He is, what's the word that Sharon used? He's annoyed. That's a good word. Jealous, annoyed, so forth. So, hey, Olympia, y'all down in Carolina. Here's what has to happen. He's annoyed, and she has to get to, why are you annoyed? And
So she has to ask him.
She has to ask him. She might be making an assumption. She's bringing in more of the money.
Well, he said, I'm not qualified for it in any case.
Okay, now that's his opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
but she's making the money.
Okay, now going back to our formula: don't attack each other, attack the problem. He has said you're not qualified. Well, I'm making the money, so let's talk about the fact that this is annoying you and why. Why is it annoying?
Fundamental.
So, why is it annoying? Why? And then saying, let me tell you how
or maybe it's not the job as much as it is how she makes him feel about what she does.
You know, it on face value, I said when we first got this letter, is that Dee make more money than me, and could I be a kept man? Oh, bring it on! Bring it.
You say it all the time. Oh, just go do it.
Go do that. Bring that on.
But you know what? That's because
I'm very secure.
We share everything, just like today.
Yeah.
You said, "Here's $10." I said, "What's $10?" Oh, I took $10 worth of quarters.
I needed some quarters. I don't. She got
I was like, "Oh, you did?"
And she said she didn't know.
I have stacks of quarters and I have stacks of dimes. I kind of, all of my change.
I needed change for when I'm in my car and I got to go to the parking meter. I got to have some quarters, and I didn't have any quarters. So I took some quarters, and then I gave you dollar bills.
And I didn't
she had no idea.
I had no idea that he had taken
what quarters. That is we in this together. Okay, we in this together, and we treat each other with respect. Now, if he feels that she's not qualified, why does he say it to her? Does that make her more effective? Does that make her feel valued? Or maybe she said to him something that made Sharon said maybe he feels less important and less valued. We don't know, but we do know that communication is the key to all of these major issues, that you talk about them and what it is that's bothering you so you can get past them. 20 years is a big time to invest in a marriage.
So it didn't just start.
No.
Been going on for a while.
No, it didn't just start. So let's go back to what it's going to take when you have drama in your marriage.
Maybe they need to have some time away. They need a date night. I wonder if they have a date night.
They probably do not.
I say, let's just sit down, or maybe over tea. Maybe they can't get away because they got kids of different ages and all these activities. But they need to find some time for themselves to have a date night so they can get away.
What does this book say? And Sharon says this book should be in every library. If you are dating, we recommend you watch the drama signs early and realize if you see drama early, you'll probably see it again. That's clear. Both husbands and wives can create drama. This is drama right here we're talking about today. They talk about drama queens, but there's drama kings as well. Now, during disagreements, the husband, we would talk about people who have had drama in their relationship and how they handle it. See, one thing is a smart person will make, in a great marriage, you make your significant other feel significant. That's drama antidote number one. Make your significant other feel significant. My niece, the doctor, makes a lot of money.
She does.
And she's a big-time surgeon, breast cancer. Her husband does not make the same amount of money. But my wife, come on, somebody.
Your wife?
My wife gave my niece some good advice early on in this process. What did you tell her? Because she's used to, hey, do this, do that. Tell her what it is.
About code switching?
Yeah, about code switching. Come on.
Because she is about, 45 minutes or an hour, or they've moved so many times outside of New York. And I said, on your way back, you have to wind down. She's in an all-male household, a husband and two boys. And you are not Dr. B. You are a wife and a mother. And you have to calm down, and physically in your head, you have to code switch.
And what does that mean? Code switch, what does it mean? You're making an assumption we know. What does that mean?
That you become the wife and the mother, and you don't order people.
There you go. See, part of it,
and that your language changes, and I had to work on that. I can say my mother was a great role model. I figured that out later on, but I had to learn how to be, I say, sweet and charming to get what I want from you. Is that appropriate to say that?
I don't think it's even about getting what you want from me. I think I think it's you had to learn how to not be.
I don't want to be bossy with you.
That's right.
In the business arena, and we work together.
As well as not discouraging from things. Now, he discouraged her, but that might have been his way of fighting back. I don't know. But I do know.
Because we really don't know what she is saying to him.
Right. It goes back to respect and being able to make your significant other feel significant. And
so I speak differently to you than I would speak to, or than I speak to business people that I have to deal with.
Here's the next antidote. We're still in chapter number 5. Leave the drama with your mama. Everybody should have this book. Terrence says it. Sharon Fanto, you said it. So many others. And this gentleman who said the other day, or that letter said, everybody should have this book. Speak well of your spouse in public and in private. Ooh. Now, we did an event yesterday. How many women came up to you afterwards because I spoke about you? I only spoke a few minutes, but I invited her up, showed everybody my bride. I said, this is my bride. I crawl over broken glass to get to this woman. If she leaves me, I'm coming with her. Y'all know I love this woman.
And the women all want to know, how do you get your husband to speak of you in such a manner? So
it's about positive conversation. And then drama. Antidote number 3 is be considerate. Be considerate. Ooh. Look what Sharon said.
Until it's second nature.
She said, yes, Dee. Brian once said to me, you need to leave boss Sharon at the door. Absolutely.
But you know what? You have to, when you're on automatic pilot and you're the 9 to 5 or 6 or 7, you really do have to consciously take that hat off.
Yep. Leave it at the door.
And debrief yourself before you walk into your
That's
loving
right.
family.
That's right.
Mhm.
So what we're saying to the lady, if she's watching today, number one is have an open and honest conversation. Say, let's get to the core problem. Why is it that you're
And you know what?
annoyed?
Be quick to apologize.
If you've been offensive, be apologize.
And sometimes we don't know.
I apologize all the time.
I remember
all the time. I'm apologizing
you
all the time.
Willie, that's a lot.
All the time. I'm so sorry. What you want me to do?
The thing about our relationship is we have a lot of humor.
Yes, we do.
What was I going to say before that?
You were getting ready to say, tell a story about something I did.
Loving and kind intentionally.
Okay.
And the code switching. That is so very important.
Okay, so let's.
I was saying that early on, you would say, I might be abrupt.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Abrupt, cut to the quick. You say, Dee, I don't like that.
Right. So
and then I became more aware because you pointed it out to me.
Yep.
I became more aware of how I wanted you to respond to me. So I had to change my abrupt nature. I'm still rather.
But you're not abrupt with me.
I'm not.
You're not abrupt with me.
Consciously not abrupt.
You're not abrupt with me. Yeah.
But that's because I worked on it, and I want to show you that I love you and that I appreciate.
So that's, folks, you're hearing it. This is therapy or working out in action. We're encouraging you, ma'am, and Mr. if he's on, but ma'am who sent the note. One, find out what the core problem is. Why is he annoyed?
So you have to have gentle,
open and honest conversation.
The 4 F's.
Yeah, be friendly, be frank about your feelings, be fair, listen, and be focused on a win-win. And then do the things in the book. Make your significant other feel significant. You may have to
take off because, see, she's a business consultant, which might suggest that she has many different clients on Zoom, other things, on the phone. And it's easy to carry that over. It's not like I'm walking in the door. So right. She's always around it.
Now, Sharon, I said he has to want to come to the table. Yes, but he does not have to negotiate. Having an open conversation is not the negotiation. It's just, let's go out, or we have a date night, which Dee said earlier. Let's talk about it. Do they have a date night? If I doubt it, because during the date night, remember what we said at date night, you talk about you two, not about the kids, not about the bills, about you two, your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, and your issues. And you have a date. I don't
think you have to come to a resolution.
No.
At this point, you need to know what's going on inside.
Yeah,
what's in their heart.
Going out.
Or what's annoying you.
What's annoying you? Let's talk about it. We've invested 20 years into this. Right. That's a 20-year investment.
Sometimes people now, they say that when women talk, sometimes they simply want to express. They don't need to be fixed.
Right.
They simply want to get it out.
Yes.
And sometimes for the men tend to want to fix it. So if they have not really communicated and it's kind of like bitter, the goal might be first to just talk.
Right.
Not to let us get a resolution like a business deal. We're going to meet for an hour. I want this, you want this. How can initially they're going to get all this long? Let's just talk.
Let's just talk. Yeah, we're not trying to negotiate. We're not trying to get all of it changed. We're just trying to talk. Date night, we recommend that. Sharon agrees with that. Lynthia said that's right. Figure out what the core problem is. Correct. So y'all are all with us on this. Yeah. We got people who've been married numbers of years who are chiming in. So you can take from us and them that the key is conversation, communication, and resolution by the fact that you are having mutual respect and have that open and honest. Look, our time is up.
Having conversation.
Our time is up. We got to
Thank you guys for
remember
sharing
Wednesday
your
night.
time with us.
Wednesday night, goaling, our goaling seminar Wednesday. What is our webinar? Wednesday webinar.
And you're going to go away with your goaling sheet, your goal setting sheet of
Where can they get access to Golding and get registered?
It's williejolly.com/goaling.
All right, williejolly.com.
register.
It's only $20. So everybody should take advantage of that. But make the rest
It's
of
going to be quick, fast, and a hurry. And you're going to go away with your resource list. You're going to go away with your goal sheet in terms of how to write your goals, because you're actually going to practice writing one, and you'll have that to duplicate.
All right, so join us, williejolly.com/goaling. For those who are interested in speaking and publishing and media, my speaking, publishing, media symposium boot camp is coming up on the 18th and 19th. You will have 2 days with me in person, face to face, where I'll do deep dives. You can go to.
You'll be broke down after.
Probably. All right, you can go to jollyrichspeaking.com. Jollyrichspeaking.com. Hey, thank y'all. See y'all soon. Once we get the TED Talk, y'all going to be the ones we get it to first. And we want you to blow it up, all right? Because it's really good. My wife was amazing. All right, look, we got to go. We'll see you soon. Have a great weekend. And I'll wait and upcoming weekend.
Great week on purpose.
A great week on purpose. We got to go. Let's go to the music. Here we go. We out.
Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you.